Have you ever looked up at the night sky and wondered what's out there? For thousands of years, humanity has dreamed of reaching for the stars. Today, we're going on a whirlwind tour of how that dream became a reality. This is the 10-minute history of space exploration. Our story begins not with a bang, but with a beep. On October 4, 1957, the Soviet Union launched Sputnik 1, the world's first artificial satellite. This small, polished sphere, transmitting a simple radio signal, orbited the Earth and single-handedly kicked off the space race. The world was stunned. The United States, feeling the pressure, scrambled to catch up. Just a month later, the Soviets sent another shockwave by launching Sputnik 2, carrying the first living creature into orbit, a dog named Laika. The US responded in 1958 by creating NASA and launching its own satellite, Explorer 1, but the Soviets kept racking up firsts. In 1961, Yuri Gagarin became the first human in space, completing a full orbit of the Earth and returning a hero. His famous words, "Poi Koli," or "Let's go," became the rallying cry for a generation. The US followed shortly after, sending Alan Shepard on a suborbital flight, but the race was clearly on. President John F. Kennedy knew America needed a bold, audacious goal to capture the world's imagination and leapfrog the Soviets. In a famous 1962 speech, he declared that the United States would land a man on the moon and return him safely to the Earth before the end of the decade. This wasn't just a goal, it was a national mission. The Apollo program was born. The Apollo program was an immense undertaking, involving hundreds of thousands of people and pushing the boundaries of technology. There were triumphs and tragedies. The Apollo 1 fire in 1967 was a devastating setback, claiming the lives of 3 astronauts. But NASA learned from its mistakes and persevered. Through the Gemini and Apollo missions, astronauts practiced docking in space, performing spacewalks, and testing the hardware that would take them to the moon. Then came the moment that changed history forever. On July 20, 1969, Apollo 11's lunar module, the Eagle, touched down on the moon's surface. Neil Armstrong descended the ladder and spoke the immortal words, "That's one small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind." He and Buzz Aldrin spent over 2 hours walking on the lunar surface, collecting samples and planting the American flag. An estimated 650 million people watched on television, united in a moment of pure wonder. 5 more Apollo missions would land on the moon, each one expanding our scientific understanding of our celestial neighbor. After the moon race, the focus shifted from competition to collaboration and long-term presence in space. The 1970s saw the launch of Skylab, America's first space station, and the historic Apollo-Soyuz test project in 1975, where American and Soviet spacecraft docked in orbit, symbolizing a thaw in Cold War tensions. This era also marked the beginning of our robotic exploration of the solar system. The Viking landers touched down on Mars, searching for signs of life, while the Voyager probes began their grand tour of the outer planets, sending back breathtaking images of Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Those Voyager probes are still traveling today, carrying a golden record with sounds and images of Earth, a message in a bottle cast into the cosmic ocean. The next great leap was the Space Shuttle. First launched in 1981, the shuttle was the world's first reusable spacecraft. It was a space truck, a science lab, and a construction platform all in one. For 30 years, the fleet of shuttles Columbia, Challenger, Discovery, Atlantis, and Endeavour deployed satellites, repaired the Hubble Space Telescope, and carried astronauts to and from space. The program also saw terrible tragedies, with the loss of Challenger in 1986 and Columbia in 2003, reminding us of the inherent risks of spaceflight and the bravery of those who take them. The shuttle's greatest construction project was its last, the International Space Station, or ISS. This incredible feat of engineering and international cooperation began construction in 1998. It has been continuously inhabited by astronauts from around the world since the year 2000. The ISS is a floating laboratory where scientists conduct experiments in microgravity that are impossible on Earth, leading to breakthroughs in medicine, materials science, and our understanding of how the human body adapts to space. It stands as a powerful symbol of what we can achieve when nations work together. As the shuttle program wound down, a new era of space exploration began to dawn, one driven by private enterprise. Companies like SpaceX, led by Elon Musk, and Blue Origin, founded by Jeff Bezos, started to revolutionize the industry. SpaceX achieved the unthinkable by developing reusable rockets. The sight of a Falcon 9 booster landing itself upright after launching a payload is now almost routine, but it has dramatically lowered the cost of getting to space. This commercial revolution has created a vibrant new space economy. Today, SpaceX's Dragon capsule regularly ferries astronauts to the ISS for NASA, ending America's reliance on Russian Soyuz rockets. Private companies are launching constellations of satellites for global internet, planning tourist flights to the edge of space, and developing the next generation of heavy-lift rockets. So, what's next? The future is incredibly exciting. NASA's Artemis program aims to return humans to the moon, this time to establish a sustainable presence, with the first woman and first person of color to walk on its surface. The moon will serve as a stepping stone, a place to test technologies and strategies for the next giant leap. Sending humans to Mars, robotic missions are more ambitious than ever. The James Webb Space Telescope is peering back to the dawn of time, while rovers like Perseverance are scouring Mars for ancient life. From a simple beeping satellite to bustling space stations and reusable rockets, our journey into space has been one of audacity, ingenuity, and relentless curiosity. We've gone from fierce competitors to international partners, and now we're seeing a new wave of commercial pioneers pushing the boundaries even further. The dream of the stars is no longer just a dream. We are living in an age of exploration, and the greatest adventures are still to come. Thanks for joining this incredible journey through space history. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more explorations of our amazing universe. See you next time.